Hello and welcome to Talkin Baseball. Some AL East drama. The NL Central continues to roll. The NL West was rolling the wrong way. There's a lot of ball. Let's talk it. Ooh. Sean Burke.
Oh, he's really good, but Matt Carpenter.
Oh. Really good career. Really good career. I'll bet on Matt Carpenter. Hello and welcome to Talkin Baseball, presented by Fanatics Markets, where fans trade on sports. Fanatics Markets available now on the App Store. I am Jake Storielli. That is Trevor Plouffe. Rob Scirocco producing, Dalton Feely feeling it in our sheet. Big weekend of baseball. Coach Trev, how are you?
I'm doing great, Jakey boy. Big weekend of baseball. I had a tournament, didn't go our way. SoCal Padres. Tough one yesterday. But it allowed me to get home and kind of catch a bunch of the Sunday night stuff. And that's usually good for our show. How about that? Yeah. I don't know how I'm doing with all the youth baseball, man. It's fun. My son loves it, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, Coach.
Grind.
Parents are a lot. Not our parents. Shout out our guys. Other teams' parents.
I could see the other teams pointing at you and saying that guy's a lot.
I don't know. I hate starting the show off like this. I hate starting the show off like this.
No.
I don't like how they all have walk-up music.
Oh, yeah. No, that's
fine. And
it's
not for the kids. The kids don't care.
Yeah. Oh, really?
It's for the parents.
Yeah, we can't be doing that.
No, it's too much.
Okay, that'll be the last time we talk about that this episode. But we have a lot of baseball to talk about, and I'll put something out there a little bit early. For when we did Talkin Baseball, I often didn't wear Yankee stuff because I didn't like when people were like, "Oh, Yankees, Jake." I've been wearing a Yankees hat more recently. One, because my hair's in a weird spot. It's actually landed in a good spot today. We lined up a haircut appointment with Andrew Zumbo on Friday, so we're going to take care of that. By the way, Rob, haircut, delicious. And then, dude, John Sterling news this morning. Very sad. So there will be some on that later, but I was looking in the closet and I said, you know what? I'm a Yankees guy today. And that's a good reminder to the people. We used to kick off every show with it. You guys know your team better than us. I didn't watch every Blue Jays pitch this weekend. Trev did, because he's an Okamoto guy. He left the Twins bandwagon. But yeah, you guys know your team better than us. So if you hear something funny, let us know. What was that?
What? Okay, so like I mentioned walk-up songs, and you're like, we can't ever talk about that again, but we're talking about your hair and Bobby Golf's hair?
Yeah, I think that's more important to the show.
Your hair is always in a weird spot. I don't know why.
Little League walk-up songs? Yeah, we're not talking about that again. We might talk about my hair more.
Get out of here.
I have more feedback on my hair.
We had a kid get thrown out for trucking the catcher.
It's very fine hair. Even when I was young, like I'd go in water and it looks like a wet dog. Let's talk ball. And it's Monday, which means we're doing the American League, and we're starting out in the beautiful Pacific Northwest with the Seattle Mariners, who maybe didn't want to kick off the AL this episode, because the Kansas City Royals, oh Lord, they swept them all 3 games. Randy Johnson night, and Emerson Hancock strikes out 14.
You were right about him. Give you credit, baby.
Sorry about you. But it wasn't right that game, because the Royals won in 10. Your guy, my Italians were all over this. Caglione and Pasquantino kissing each other. Chris Bubich, underrated. I think I'll throw that out there. Your guy, Big Salvi, sliding all over the field. Isaac Collins, they need help, and he could be some of that help. The Royals get a very nice sweep. Go check out both teams in the standings. Coming up, the Guardians take 2 out of 3 from the A's. They win the first 2 games. The A's salvage a set, knocking around Parker Messick, which not a lot of people have done this year. But in those first 2 games, Jose Ramirez, 300 stolen base. Travis Bazana gets his first MLB hit, comes with a couple steaks. Baseball. Rhys Hoskins, Sacramento's first king, returns home and balls out. And Chase DeLauder, man, It's a weird swing, but it works. Guard dogs take 2 out of 3. The Tigers take 2 out of 3 from the Texas Rangers after dropping the first game. Alejandro Osuna, talk about playing with hair on fire. He gets the go-ahead RBI double late in that one. But then Trev's Cater Montero nails on the bump. And then Spencer Torkelson leans back on another one. Jack Leiter looks so good. But man, when those pitchers go to the stretch for the first time, watch out. And Jack Leiter should have watched out. Detroit, they win the series. One of the best teams in baseball, the Tampa Bay Rays, sweep the San Francisco Giants. It's Rays box scores, and when I say that, it means the other team's not scoring because their pitching has been phenomenal, and the San Francisco Giants hitting has also been contributing to those same box scores. The offense hasn't been there. But Jonathan goes around the bases a lot. 4 for 5 day in that final game. Some controversy. The Trop got involved. Elliot Ramos. That always gets me. Shane McClanahan is back. And Junior Caminero. God, we're going to show a highlight of his. Stay tuned. Trevor will probably talk about the Twins Blue Jays series. It's a 4-gamer and they split them. Twins win the bread games with a lot of Okamoto in the middle. He homers in every game. Again, he was the guy coming over that they didn't know if he had power. Well, 453 feet later, I think he does. Twins, they dominate that first game. Buck Daddy came in hot. I don't like Joe Ryan leaving with injury. Hopefully Coach Trev has sent the text message. They split 4 games. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. The New York Mets and the Los Angeles Angels. Are you watching? I don't know. Mets win a series. And hey, Clay Holmes is really good. Acknowledge Clay Holmes. He's been one of the best starting pitchers in baseball. He helps them win that final game along with Mark Vientos' 2-homer game. Is he back? Are the Mets back? I don't know. Listen to Shea Station. Jerry Blevin's in the office today. Handsome. About as handsome as it gets. He says hi, Trev. And your final American League Series, the New York Yankees have currently won 3 out of 4 against the Baltimore Orioles. They go for the mopping tonight. Will Warren, nasty on the mound. Cody Bellinger, how's your 4 for 4 with 2 yackers? And man, Trey Gibson, Baltimore calls up the top prospect, but the Yanks knock him around a little bit. Judge and Rice, people are talking in the Boogie Down Bronx. That's what happened in the American League. High and tight.
Unfortunately for you, since it's a wraparound series, we can't talk about the Yankees.
No need to.
That's it's tough for us.
Hey, a little shout out to our guys. We Got Ice. They're 10K subscribers away from 500K. So subscribe for the most serious baseball content on YouTube with the We Got Ice guys. There's a link in the description.
So I got the standings, Pop.
Tell me.
In the American League, since we won't be talking about your Yankees very much at all today, I'll start out east, Coach, where you do have a lead, although there's somebody in the rearview mirror. Yankees 23-11. They have a 1.5 game lead over my Rays. It was me, Evan Longoria, and Kevin Cash, playing poker on the plane.
Every season you hook yourself to the Red Sox because you just get so frustrated by how many Yankee fans there are. Be the Rays guy. You are.
I'm out on the Red Sox. I mean, how can you not be?
It's the safe answer.
They're all fighting amongst each other. They're not going to have a team by the end of the year.
Things are getting loud.
Sadon, Trevor Story, mad at each other. Wilson Contreras, Marcelo Meyer, mad at each other. Brian Bayo, mad at himself, I think.
Yeah,
a lot. Rays, 21-12, as I mentioned. And those are the only 2 teams above 500 in the division. Toronto, 16-18. The Birds, are they the baby birds anymore? They're not. They're the adolescent birds. 15-19 for them. And then the aforementioned Red Sox, 13-21.
Oh.
In the Central, 2 teams above 500 as well. 18-17 for both the Guardians and Cater Montero's Detroit Tigers. Behind them, the Chicago White Sox at 16-18. I think all Southside fans would be like, okay, I'll take it on May 4th, Trev. 15-19 for the Royals after that sweep of the Mariners and my Twins. Only 3 games back. There's a silver lining in everything. 15-20 for them. And then out west, the A's leading the division, 18-16. They're the only team above 500. So I'm counting them. 5 of the 15 teams in the American League are above 500. That is it. 16-18 for the Texas Rangers, 16-19 for the Seattle Mariners, and then Houston, yikes, 14-21. The Angels, yikes, 13-22. Those are the standings in the American League. Pop 5 teams over 500.
Trev, the AL is ugly. There was a stat going around that if you took the Yankees out of the American League, I think the American League negative run differential is like 150 or something. Like the American League is just getting trounced right now. Not to exclude my Yankees again. And yeah, man, I guess the good news is if you're an American League team in the Central or the West, the season is afoot, but like the Astros pitching that we've talked about just being horrendous. If they figure something out, there's still so much baseball to play for the Central teams. And I guess that's for the Central and the AL West and the AL East. It's a long season, but the Yankees are looking like a good version of themselves. Blue Jays starting to get healthy. Rays going Rays right now. But I'll start with a little Central and West Coast like we did here. I said this a couple episodes ago. The Royals, I still have my stock in. I just think the talent is there. I think they had some bad breaks. The bullpen let them down a lot early on this season. And they come into this series and they show you what the Royals can be. They win a blast-off. Sick reference. In that first game, there's 6 home runs. Julio tries to go backpack mode and carry the Mariners in that one. But the Royals knock around Brian Wu, and then they just survive the next day, although I shouldn't give them compliments for what Emerson Hancock did to them. They end up sweeping this series, and like, dude, it was one of those things, I think, and double-checking your standings right now, the Mariners, who felt like a team that started slow, then righted the ship, the Royals, who have felt like a team that didn't leave the station, I think their records are 1 game apart. Yes, the half a game. The Royals are 15-19. The Mariners are 16-19. I think these are both good teams in the American League that haven't been good so far.
I'd second that. Cal Raleigh is out right now on the mend. What's the update on him? Because that's a big one for them, because that's what the Mariners had been going through was, Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, and Josh Naylor had just started to kind of slowly heat up, offense getting going. And if he's out, that's going to, kind of stall that development there. But yeah, this one's all Royals here. I mean, you can talk about Emerson Hancock, and there was a great call. I believe it was his 14th or 15th strikeout, which, by the way, like, I know we just kind of flippantly are saying he struck out 15. He struck out 15 people.
On Randy Johnson Day, dog.
That's a lot of people.
In the world of baseball, where weird stuff does matter, like, this is supposed to be like the coolest day on the Mariners calendar. Like, Randy Johnson in the building, Ichiro with the I was going to say touch of gray. He's gone gray, but it's powerful because you're like, okay, you could still kick my ass. But yeah, the young prospect Emerson Hancock slinging it from the side to strike out 15. This is supposed to be a beautiful day of the season, and the Royals spoil it.
The world is we just see too much. So when we say 15 strikeouts, everyone's like, oh, cool. Yeah. I'm going to go on TikTok and see something. I don't know. But 15 strikeouts, I feel like
14. It was 14, by the way. So
okay.
It's okay.
It was 15.
So now it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Doesn't even matter.
It's a bad game.
The last one, great call. They threw him a pair of handcuffs. It was a good one. Nice. I don't know. Yeah, but the Royals do spoil that. And they play kind of some Royals ball, moving runners doing it. Here's the biggest thing I think for the Royals, and this is something that we probably talked about in the preseason that's now coming to fruition. It's the emergence of Jack Caglione. Like he has to be a center point of that offense, and he started to get it going. Had a nice series here, driving and runs in every single game. That's what the Royals need. We need our guys to go. We need Michael. We need Vinny. We need Jack. If Jack can become the run producer that we think he can be, that's going to change everything for the Royals. He did it this series. I know we wanted to show Sal Perez getting after it.
Oh.
sac fly, Julio, not too deep, Sal Perez on third base. It's kind of a recipe for disaster for Royals fans. You don't need your big catcher lugging down the home like that, but here it is. Check this throw. I mean, Julio gets behind it, puts a good throw on there, and actually call him out here. But Sal knows.
Big Sally, get to the outside.
He didn't. Once he slid, he didn't go very far.
Yeah, not exactly the Trey Turner. That's a great slide, though.
He got in there.
I love watching. I mean, this is obvious, but dude, even watching him set up behind the plate, I don't know if it was a smaller umpire, but Sal was he's massive back there. It's one of the biggest targets ever. And yeah, I mean, that's it. That's a good spot for Isaac Collins, who, is trying to, the Royals that have been looking for any outfield help. He was the guy this year they were looking for, that if he can help contribute. Royals' first sweep in Seattle since 2010. Okay. Yeah, and I don't know. I just think they had a lot of things go wrong early on, and knocking around Brian Wu, who you don't see that a lot. Luis Castillo, who did have a rough April, but I don't know. Big series win for the Royals. That's what I see.
Name one player on the 2010 Royals.
The 2010 Royals, Billy Butler.
That's a good one.
Is he? Yeah, right.
Gosh, I can't even.
Let's double check.
I'm trying to think of one, a good one.
Okay, 2010 Royals, Trevor Plouffe. Yeah, Billy Butler was there. Bang.
Of course he was there. 2010 Royals.
Oh wow.
I'm not looking at it right now.
If you want to hit, oh man. 67 and 95.
Alex Rios was not on that team. He was later.
No.
I'm trying to think. That's a tough one for me. I played against these guys.
Yeah. I don't. Do you want hints or no?
Who's a pitcher? Oh my God. Soria.
Joaquim Soria was their closer. Yes. 43 saves that year.
Yeah. Good.
Of note, Zach Greinke, Kyle Davies, Bruce Chen, Luke Hochevar, Brian Bannister. In the lineup, my hint was gonna be one of our favorite guests in show history, Jason Kendall behind the dish.
Oh my God.
That's a crazy. We got to clip that up one day.
We got to clip that.
Around the horn, Mike Aviles, Unieski Betancourt.
Mike Aviles. Give me one of these.
Alberto Calaspo, Scott Podsednik, David DeJesus, Jose Guillen. Can't find a bet of me, young Alex Gordon. Okay, let's stop talking about that.
Royals go.
I want to jump. I want to talk some Rays, baby.
Okay.
Because they are the second best team in the American League. Some of the pitching numbers with the Rays are starting to get gaudy, which is just a fun word. Along with what the best version of these Rays could be. 16-5 in their last 21 games. I think if you do their pitching in the last 11 games or so, it's just dominant. A little bit of that is also Giants offense, but Jonathan Aranda is leading the AL in RBI, which that matters, and put some respect on his name. And yeah, they've got a hunky part of the top of the lineup. And Kevin Cash said they played some of their best defense they've played all season, which felt like the missing part of the Rays recipe so far this year.
16 of the last 21. They're kind of doing it in all facets. I might be talking about this a little later, but, we're playing small ball running bases. There was this amazing shot. I believe it's on one of the new MLB Instagram pages, and they had just a close-up on Chandler Simpson taking his lead off of first and stealing second base, and it was it really showcased how freaking fast that guy is. It's really amazing to watch him. But yeah, I think this was, like you mentioned, a combination of really good pitching by the Rays. Shane McClanahan seems to be back. He's always fired up after every freaking start. And then combine that with, the inability for the Giants to string together hits or come through in a big spot. So, kind of a perfect storm here for exactly what happened. I mean, how many runs did the Giants score in this whole series? 2 runs.
Yeah,
3 games.
Do it.
Tony Vitello, I don't know, I always go to him, but I just came across the quote. Didn't see this quote. I saw the Elliot Ramos.
Yeah.
Ball off the catwalk.
Yeah.
Or presumed. And Vitello on if the Giants were robbed of a homer. And I quote, if you get robbed, that means someone broke into your house and they took something or a variation of that. I don't think anyone was out to get us or anything like that. It's easy to kind of say that call falls in line with how things have gone for us, but I think regardless, we can't change that right now. Okay. Wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it starts off, and you're worried about where Tony V is going to land the plane there. He kind of lands it. Giants, they lose 6 games in a row. East Coast trip kind of at the wrong time. They ran in, I think it was the Phillies right after they fired their manager, Rob Thompson, and now the Rays. That I don't know. It's not getting late early, but you're chasing 500, and then after this road trip, you're kind of not. Like, you just need to start playing good ball and get home and figure it out. They're calling up some young guy. Bryce Eldridge is coming back up. Jesus Rodriguez, the catcher, not super familiar. But, it's not a pretty brand of baseball. Patrick Bailey did throw out 3 runners in that second game. But I don't know. These Rays are good, man. And the Giants' offense, until that clicks, they're not going to be able to be competitive.
Oh, there it is. Watch this. How are you already sliding? Like, what? It's like 5 steps and he's sliding into second base.
He's so fast, it's uncomfortable to kind of watch sometimes. I don't know. It's like track speed.
A little bit of small ball in this paired with, again, like, you got Junior Caminero doing his thing, but Ryan Valade, I don't know if you got that Bobby. This bunt on a tough Ryan Walker slider right here.
Yeah, right.
First and third. Boop. I mean, just an absolutely perfectly executed play to tie the game. And then I believe when they took at the end of the game before Aranda's walk-off, it was Chandler Simpson.
Rob, keep playing that, because Junior Caminero, who scores on the safety squeeze, is yelling like they just go into the World Series. I love it. I was going to highlight this earlier or later, because this is awesome. This is awesome.
It's so good. But imagine you're playing the Rays and you got the Manfred runner on, and it's Chandler Simpson.
Yeah.
You're like, it's over. What are we going to do?
Dude, they beat in a Rays Yankees game this year. Simpson got on base and it was a tie game, and it felt like the movie Get Out. You're like, we can't do anything right now.
No.
Like, it's
Rays are fun. What are you going to do for the Giants? I mean, you're calling it Bryce Eldridge to try to get a spark offensively. It just
AL West looking a little
somebody's got to step up.
A little sus right now. They need to hit Devers and Adames. And
but like, what can you do? Like, they have to just do it.
I don't know.
They're not going anywhere. Like, the team is the team. I think we say that a lot about the Giants. Like, they got guys locked up there. Like, the team is the team. Bryce Eldridge, come make a difference.
Yeah,
Great.
that'd be, hey, we just highlighted Caglione. Like, hey, you want a big lefty that can drive in runs? That would help change the team. Devers is supposed to be one of the best hitters in the league. He's been one of the worst players in baseball.
What did you send us in the group chat about Devers?
What did I send?
Somebody sent something.
Was it late? I love Devers.
I think they're calling him the reverse panda.
Reverse panda.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm. It's April.
We're pumping the brakes on that. I didn't send it. Don't look at me.
Shit. Sounds like it was Rob.
It was me.
Today's episode is sponsored by Shady Rays. Shady Rays are built for real sports fans. No more squinting through the sun to track that fly ball when you already got your Shady Rays on. Their polarized lenses let you read the scoreboard. Maybe watch the umpire blow that last call at the plate. Their lightweight frames won't slip whether you're at the ballpark, golf course, or watching the game outside on the patio. Here's the best part. The Shady Rays loss and broken protection. If you lose or break them, even right after you get them, Shady Rays replaces them. No drama, no stress, no replacement guilt, just a new pair headed your way. So, the other thing that I love with Shady Rays, it's one of our best offers. Head to ShadyRays.com. Code TALKIN50. 50% off 2 or more polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. TALKIN50, Shady Rays. Let's do Tigers Rangers. Tigers take the final 2 games. The pitching shows up. They have their first Tigers pitching chaos day of the year.
Yeah, they do.
that gets it done after Cater shoves. McGonagall's obviously everywhere, and we can't stop talking about him. Matt Vierling, bloop double. It just goes down as a double for Matt Vierling, baby. What'd you see, Coach?
Love what the Tigers are able to do, especially when you got Torkelson hot, because you can kind of count on him for some big homers. Did that again. You mentioned my guy Cater, just kind of all over the place, mixing and matching his pitches. He goes 6 2/3 on 85 pitches. Kind of the recipe. You get Dylan Dingler, big hits. You get McGonigal and Torres on the bases. They swipe 4 bags in the second game, which is the most they've done since 2023. Not really known for their team speed, but every once in a while you get the right read, you can do it. And yeah, I mean, when they're getting that kind of pitching performance, it doesn't take much offensively, and they're able to take 2 out of 3 from the Rangers.
If you're Texas, maybe trade for David Popkins or something, because the offense isn't there again, and it hurts my soul every time. 26 in OPS, 28th in runs. It's just really hard to win baseball games that way. Let's go Cleveland A's. Guard Dogs take 2 out of 3. I mentioned Rhys Hoskins, that they were really celebrating that he was Sacramento and he's back. It was like,
is he from Sacramento?
Yes.
I know he went to Sac State.
Ooh, interesting question. I'm guessing so. The way they were talking about it on the broadcast was like he's the mayor. And he has a big game back there. And the Guards, I think, are you talking some DeLauder later? What else? Okay.
Yeah, he just had a great series. Want to talk about him and his swing, because it is so interesting between him and Manzardo. I'll save DeLauder.
What's your
for later.
Manzardo comment? Because it's interesting.
He looks like he swings like he's in the 1930s.
Yeah.
The low finish, to me, you just don't see it. Like, I want to, track this.
Oh,
how many guys do you see finish with the bat like below their shoulder? Like,
love it.
And what I'm talking about is this. Hold on.
Oh, he's getting a bat, people. We're doing it live on the YouTube.
Not, most guys finish high. It's like he looks like Ted Williams, and that's a good thing. Or like, just an old timey baseball swing. I don't know. It works sometimes. Watch this. Like, what?
Yeah.
It's just different. I don't know.
Yeah, I had maybe an appropriate joke. I'm gonna leave it.
Okay.
Kurt's common Nick, speaking of, is walking at a historic level. Was it 20 straight games that tied Barry Bonds, which is impressive. And anytime you do something with Barry Bonds, Detroit's Rory Cullenbine has the record with 22 consecutive games of the walk. Look up his stat page. Ball player. Roy Cullenbine got down with the get down. That was just a fun baseball loser thing to look up this morning. But yeah, can't say guard ball. Chris Rose banished us. I just think Shea Langoliers also needs to be noted as has an argument for best catcher in baseball. And I was just interesting. The final A's game, there were some names I haven't seen in the A's box score in a while. Zach Galoff, getting in the mix. Colby Thomas, first homer of the year, and he almost hit a big homer in the first game. Stephen Kwan makes a nice play on. But yeah, that just felt of note to me.
Guards had some big defensive plays in game 2. Hedges with the back pick of Elba. Oh, there he is. Sheesh.
Yeah, I'm surprised. In Sacramento, that ball usually seems like it gets out.
Oh.
Yeah, you like
I thought
that?
That was way gone.
Right? I feel like, and maybe, again, I know you're talking about this in a little bit, but, on the DeLauder meter, that would have been a 600-foot homer.
100%. The ball that he hit out to left field looked like he was going to be a pop of the shortstop, but it didn't. And then you mentioned we got a little rob of Tyler Soderstrom's homer, also bottom 7 game 2. So Guard Dogs playing good defense, liking hitting in Sacramento, which is the home of Rhys Hoskins. He grew up going to games at Sutter Health Park.
Yeah, I think he said he played 15 to 20 games there just between AAU and college and stuff. The broadcast was... I couldn't watch
everybody loves Rhys Hoskins.
Everyone loves Rhys Hoskins. It was interesting to see his name pop up with Munetake Murakami. I always think I'm going to mess up the last vowel. Because, yeah, I forgot Rhys Hoskins when he initially got called up was like the homer king of the world. That's now what Yes, that's now what
a lot of homers
doing.
right away. Jeff McNeil crushing it for the A's.
Nice.
He is.
He's a dog. He's just a dog. Trev, I'm going to kick to you for Blue Jays Twins. They split 4. What did you see?
I'm not going to go deep because we don't do splits, and that's not fair to do my team. I think that of note, Okamoto, my goodness, he hit a ball off Justin Topa, who's, throws like a sinker or two-seam thing. Tough to elevate that pitch. It's one of the furthest balls I've ever seen hit in target field. I was watching the game. I texted Morney, who was on the call, and I was like, that's a fucking tank.
Got him twice, too. Got him the next day.
That's not the one I'm talking about. The one, it was the day before, I believe. Okay. He had a homer in every single game, so I get it.
Yeah, but it's tough.
It went above the bullpen second deck, which is just really reserved for like absolute tank jobs.
Go on. Like who?
Oh man, like Nelson Cruz.
Okay.
Like a Miguel Cabrera. I don't think no? I didn't go that far over. This is like center field, target field. Oh my gosh, bro. They don't even look at they're looking for the ball in the bullpen. It ain't in the bullpen, dude.
This was a guy that didn't know if he was gonna hit homers over here. What are we doing?
Freaking Twins gave the third game away. They were leading by a run going in. Bullpen just absolutely gave it up. That was this game. And then, Joe Ryan comes out of the game hurt with an elbow. I did send the text, have not gotten anything back. Don't like that. That's going to be real tough for the Twins, whose starting pitching has actually been really good. Like Connor Prelip has looked good. Bailey Ober's actually looked good this year. I don't know. Blue Jays look like the Blue Jays, man. Like they're going to be fine. They're getting healthy. They're getting guys back. Savage makes his second start back. They're going to be in the mix. Like you talked about the AL East, some teams, the Rays and the Yankees with good records right now. The Blue Jays will be there by the end of the year.
I think you're right. The Blue Jays still have some good vibe stuff going, even though they've had a ton of injuries and they haven't, they believe in what they're doing. And even, I know this doesn't matter, but John Schneider joking about Okamoto because he just missed a homer the other day, and Okamoto said he didn't have his pregame quesadilla, otherwise he would have. There's some good baseball there. And then the next day he homers, and Schneider said, Oak had his quesadilla. So, that might not matter on your analytics team, but it matters here. The Blue Jays, where their vibe meter is at for what's been happening, I like that for them. Savage came back. At some point we're going to be talking about Alejandro Kirk comes back. They're missing some people right now that contribute to winning baseball. Angels, Mets, both teams haven't seen a lot of that. The Mets do win a series here. I don't know. Ronnie Mauricio with the big home run in that first game. He's one of the young guys that clearly the organization isn't super hyped on. Otherwise, he probably would have gotten more opportunity, but he gets an opportunity. He hits a big home run, and then they win on that final game. Clay Holmes, again, the second best ERA in the AL. NL. Thank you. That's what I got.
He's been fantastic. Mark Vientos with a big series here, a couple homers in that last game, which always helps out. I don't mean to do this, but whatever. The manager's discussion is hot. We got 2 guys fired already, and Cora and Thompson came out that we're not firing Mendoza. He's going to be there, which is that's a nice thing if you're a manager to know that. Although I did not like, they end up not challenging a play where they got a runner out at third base before the run scored.
Yes.
And they did not challenge it. And everyone was like, what the heck's going on? After the game, didn't love the post-game presser from Mendoza because he kept saying he missed it. There's always a video guy that's calling down to the dugout. Hey, you need to challenge this or not challenge it. And he kept saying, well, he missed it. He missed it. You're supposed to say, we missed it. If a player came out and did that, we'd be all over him. I've had guys write or take articles out of the paper and highlight every time somebody said the word I and put it on the board in the clubhouse. Like it's a thing. It's like we're a team. How many times have we heard managers say that? Don't say he missed it. Say we missed it. Especially after you got the vote of confidence.
Part of me agrees with you. And the other part of me, in that same quote, he does say, like, he's one of the best in the game. That's called a cover-up after I threw him under the bus, and let's drag him out and give him CPR, I guess. I see both sides. I guess if I have to vote, I'd lean with you, but that's how I always land, Big Daddy. Angels, they're Angelsing. 2-12. Is that what I saw? Yeah.
Shanuel, nice play. Ball gets stuck in his glove. He's able to toss it over to Kahanowitz. That's always love to see that. Fun playing. That's always a fun play. It's a panic time. Angels are 2-12 since April 18th, and the Mets are the Mets. I know we said. Here's what I'll give you: 1 minute. Yanks, Orioles. Orioles. Obviously, the Yankees are winning these games, but a little underwhelmed by a Baltimore team. I really like their offseason. The consensus from like our Yankees chat was it feels like the puzzle pieces aren't fitting together, and their young Kobe Mayo's really struggling. They're very much missing Jordan Westberg. The Orioles feel clunky right now. The defense is also kind of tough to watch. Yankee land, the big news, they option Anthony Volpe, which has obviously been one of the hottest topics in our little bubble for a while now. It's the right move. I still hope to see Anthony Volpe playing good baseball at some point. And the Yankees just kind of treated him like it became a joke online. Like people listening to this already know they treated him kind of like the next Jeter, and he hadn't proven anything at the major league level. So Caballero's playing fantastic. We were shocked the Yankees actually did it. And then, that's kind of what I have to say about that. Okay. Yeah. Should be enough. I figured you'd be high and tight about it. And it's fine. Like, sometimes you need to be in AAA. Everybody goes through that. Like, literally everybody goes through that. It's the Yankees treated like sending him down was sinful. Like it was going to ruin his career when, in fact, it probably would have helped to do it a long time ago. It's helped a lot of baseball players. A-Rod, Plouffe. Orioles starting pitching. Yeah. Hasn't been it this year. Has not been it this year. Got a couple guys on the IL. I understand that, but by and large, it's been tough to watch them. The overall stats not very good, Jake. 29th in WHIP, 26 in earned runs, 29th in hits per 9, 24th in homers per 9, 21st in Ks per 9. It ain't good. Clunky. Yeah. Clunky. Who did they need? They needed Framber. That's who we always said. Yeah. Go get Framber. Okay. That would have helped. Today's episode is sponsored by Amazon. When life throws you a curveball, Amazon's everyday low prices on essentials help you save the everyday. Amazon has everything you need whenever you need it. From planned purchases to unexpected moments, they've got everything in one place, saving you time, money, so you can focus on what's mattering most. And to us, that is having more time to catch up on ball. From tech to clothing to daily needs or anything else you need to prepare for the start of baseball season, Amazon has got you covered in a convenient place, can deliver to you anytime, anywhere. So whether it's routine shopping or handling life's curveballs, shop Amazon, save on essentials, save the everyday. Let's do some National League baseball. How can you not talk National League Central and the Pittsburgh Pirates? They jump back after a mopping. They do some mogging of their own. They sweep the Cincinnati Reds. seven consecutive walks in that second game? I'm sorry, Terry Francona. Nobody needs that. What the Pirates fans needed, how about 2 Henry Davis homers? I remember. And then that final game, Chase Burns and Braxton Ashcraft. 1-0. How's your young arm talent? And Trev, don't look now. Connor Griffin, couple big games. Okay. Probably the Reds were due for a little regression. Pirates, bring it to them. NL Central Baseball. The St. Louis Cardinals take 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. They win
the first 2 games. Michael McGreevy locks up the Dodgers and Jordan Walker with a big 2-run homer. Baila la Rocky. Dodgers snap their 4-game losing streak in the final game. Justin Robleski just keeps getting outs, just not strikeouts. Dustin May number 3, pitching on May the 3rd. I don't know. We like boring stuff. Cardinals, why not us? The Cubs, they sweep Dalt's Diamondbacks in Chicago. The Cubs keep winning at home, dominating 11 straight games at Wrigley. Go check out where Ian Happ's stats are on the season. You might like what you see. You might like Shota Imanaga, 7 scoreless, 87 pitches. What a freak show. Ildemaro, 27-game hit streak. It does come to an end as the Diamondbacks get swept and the Cubbies looking real good. Chicago summer baseball, the White Sox, they beat the Padres. Fernando. White Sox, they win the first game. I mentioned Sean Burke, 6 innings, scoreless. Miguel Vargas, 2-run single in that one. Murakami's MLB leading 13th homer. Noah Schultz, the names are changing with the White Sox. Padres, Bogarts gets a hold of one. Check swing infield hit to help them get the win in that final game. White Sox, okay. The Phillies wraparound series, they take 2 out of 3 from the Marlins. They got shut down by the pride of Minnesota, Max Meyer. Outside of that, Bryson Stott, he likes hitting in South Bish. A couple 3-run yackers for him. And Jesus Luzardo is back after a slow start. He's had a couple strong ones to help the Phillies try to get their season back on track. The Milwaukee Brewers take 2 out of 3 from the Washington Nationals, and you might say that's obvious. Mizorowski and Harrison in the first 2 games. Nasty boys pitching. Brandon Lockridge feels like he's always getting RBI hits. I don't know what that's about. Joey Ortiz with the insurance run. And then the Nationals, they avoid the 3-game sweep. Nasim Nunez, game-tying and insurance runs with a pair of RBI singles. CJ Abrams, good at ball. Our final NL series. It's time for Road Warriors, brought to you by Best Western, the Atlanta Braves. The best team in baseball. They go to see Kelsey Wingert's Rocks, and they give him the business. Whether it's Mauricio Dubon with the 3-run triple, Michael Harris's go-ahead pinch hit 2-run homer, or Chris Sale. Trev's Chris Sale still doing it. Strikes out 11 over 7 innings. Drake Baldwin also fighting for the best catcher in baseball crown. And maybe Jonah Heim's coming back because he gets it done with a homer on that final game. Spencer Strider's back. Didn't look great, but nobody can stop Mickey Moniak right now except the Atlanta Braves. 25-10. They are your Best Western Road Warriors. Life's a trip. Make the most of it with bestwestern.com. That's what happened in the National League.
Unbelievable, Pop.
I don't know.
Unbelievable. I got the standings in the National League if you want them.
This ain't no hobby.
It ain't. I don't know what that means. Oh, it's your job.
Yeah.
And you're good at it.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Just like the Atlanta Braves, good
Nice.
at baseball. Spencer Strider comes back. Doesn't love his outing, but he's just back out there. Needs a haircut. I'll say that about you, Spence. You're 25-10, Braves. Holy shnikes, best record in baseball. The only team above 500 in that NL East. They have an 8.5-game lead over, not the Phillies, not the Mets, but the Marlins. 16-18 for them. 16-19 for those Nats. And then here comes the bottom of the barrel. 14-20 for the Phillies. 12-22 for the New York Mets. Sheesh. In the Central, the Chicago Cubs have a 2-game lead over the Reds, 22-12 for them, 20-14 for both the Reds and the Cardinals, who are tied for second place there. And then it's the Milwaukee Brewers, 18-15, and the Pittsburgh Pirates, 19-16. So in one division, we have more teams or the same amount of teams over 500 than all of the AL. Okay, NL Central, you do your thing. Out West, the Dodgers, 21-13, a half game up on the Padres, who are 20-13, and then Snakes, 16-17, Rockies 14-21, and then the San Francisco Giants 13-21. Those are your standings in the National League.
The last place Pittsburgh Pirates would be first place in the AL West or the AL Central. So I know there's been a lot of targeted Central conversations throughout the years on this show. This NL Central has an argument for one of the best divisions we've seen up until this point of the season. And it passes the sniff test. I mean,
yeah, it does look like good ball. Like teams are playing good ball.
It looks like good ball. I mean, the Brewers have a plus 45 run differential in fourth place. Wow. So let's keep it Centrale because the Pirates bounce back after a tough series. They hold serve against the Cincinnati Reds. The Reds had a funny smelling run differential, if you're into that kind of thing, that there was a chance they were going to get got at some point. But they get got by the Pirates. Mitch Keller with a strong start. Yeah. And then, I don't know. My guy McGinsky, who I always struggle to say his name, but I think I got that one. And then if you like young pitching, that final game, good NL Central baseball, and the Connor Griffin story, it sounds dumb and dramatic, but that's what I'm watching. Like if he starts playing like this, that changes the Pittsburgh Pirates significantly.
Absolutely. I mean, they need offense. Anybody, they'll take it from anybody, but a guy like him who's kind of, top of the lineup type guy, like, yes, they need him to get going and kind of be in the middle of that lineup there. So love that for them. You mentioned a couple of really good pitching performances for the Pirates, excuse me. That's kind of what they do. And then, whenever you can walk 7 times in a row, like they did in game 2, the offense just kind of explodes after that. And they really put away the series in that game. There was an interesting Sal Stewart getting hit. Who was that by? Was that Majinski?
I don't think so.
Who hit him?
Davinsky.
Davinsky.
Some Polish cat was out there.
Didn't like that he called timeout and stuck him in the ribs. Really no explanation as why.
That's NL Central ball, Pop.
He ends up getting tossed from the game, which was, you don't really see that often. They decided that it was 100% on purpose. There was no warnings, but prior to that, he seemed really upset. I think they got the call right.
Yeah.
A 15-6 game here, and he's just standing on business, I guess. That's what you call that.
I mean, that's show that walk again, Rob. That's a fighting walk.
Yeah, he was fired up, and it's your guy.
Look at this, man. You take one wrong step, and we're fighting.
I mean, those are 2 big boys.
Thick.
I don't know who wins that fight.
I'm on a big Miami kick. I don't put anything past Sal Stewart right now.
Okay. Yeah. What else we got from here, man? I don't know. I'm always rooting for this Pirates team, and they've shown up, man. They've shown up, and it hasn't always been, oh, hey, they pitched well and scored 4 runs, so they won. Like right. They're getting offensive contributions, man. If you're talking about Connor Griffin getting hot, if you're talking about O'Neal Cruz off the lefties, if you're talking about the guys they brought in, like they are looking like a complete baseball team.
Yeah, and that final game, man, 0-0 game, pitcher's duel, Connor Griffin with the big double to get it started, and his celebration. He's got an intensity to him that I like, and I think he has another thing that I really like in a ball player is when they feel being bad at baseball for the first time in their life, because it's a feeling I got familiar with pretty early, that he hit that leadoff double, and he does the Pirates kind of celebration thing, and it's with he's got a Warriors intensity going on, man, because he wants to win ball games. He wants to play well, and I think he's 405 batting average in his last 10. Okay.
Yeah, he's crushing it.
Okay.
Also, Don Kelly, I feel like, is a great manager for them. Pulls Ashcraft there, gets the lefty matchup that, I mean, maybe he wanted. I thought they might pinch hit there. They end up not pinch hitting for Friedel, and
yes,
Soto ends up getting the K there, and then he finishes the game off. But I don't know. Don Kelly seems like he's got the boys fired up. Like he is a vibes guy. He goes out there, he defends his players. Like, I'm in on Don Kelly.
It's a different Pirates team. It's a different Cardinals team. It is a different Cardinals team, but they played the Reds. But the Cardinals play the Dodgers. That's the good news. It's rarely good news for teams, but it was for the Cardinals, who take 2 out of 3. St. Louis is vibing and playing good baseball. They had a 6-game win streak after game 2 of the series, which had the Dodgers at a 4-game loser. Robleski salvages the set for them. I'm going to talk about him a little more in a little bit. But man, Jordan Walker, who people were starting to get nervous about, like the stat, couple tougher series, 4 for 4 in the first game, and he's got the big 2-run homer off rookie. These Cardinals are fun. I know we keep saying that, but they are.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about them a little bit more later in the show as well. But 6 straight, they mopped the Pirates, which is a good team. Then take the first 2 from the Dodgers. I mean, you're riding high if you're a Cardinals fan, and they're doing it in a bunch of different ways. That the Walker homer off Sasaki, I believe it was either the 9th or 10th pitch of the at bat, like really worked a count, got an off speed pitch, and just goes yah on it. And they've been doing that, a little bit of long ball, a little bit of small ball, which we'll get into later. Even the game that they lost, like seeing Dustin May put together some good outings, like he gave up a few runs, but like by and large looked pretty good there. And you got a guy like Mike McGreevy who's come up and kind of solidified that rotation a little bit. Do you want to buy a little bit of Cardinal stock? I mean, I know you're in. You can't buy. I think you have equity, not stock.
I accidentally bought Cardinal stock.
Yeah.
And I'm riding it out. Because it's fun. And Trev, the problem is, dude, this Central, man, we got to talk Cubbies in a second. And like they're the Cubs team they thought they were going to be. Plus Moises Ballesteros, who, 50 minutes in, one of the thickest lower halves I've seen on a baseball player. And he knows what he's doing. He was hitting second for the Cubbies. Think about all the guys on the Cubbies. Ballesteros hitting 2-hole, thicker than a cold bowl of oatmeal.
Oh, God. I wanted to say one last thing about the Cardinals, but go ahead. A gritty, gutty win, game 2, as the Dodgers kind of like mount a rally in the 9th. Kind of, they got O'Brien in there. He's throwing those bowling ball sinkers, and a couple balls get past Mason Wynn, almost makes some plays. Dodgers are like, okay, they're threatening. Looks like they're inevitable. They do bring up Dalton Rushing. He does not come through. But, I think there's wins like a 7-2 win over the Dodgers, and then there's wins like a 3-2 win where you have to hold there at the end, and like that shows a lot for a team. So I'm starting to really enjoy and buying into this Cardinals team. Now let's talk about the thick man out there in Chicago.
The Cubs go out. They get Alex Bregman. You start doing the defense all over the field, and they were talking about this. I forget if it was it a national broadcast game, but they were just like, what do you do? Dansby and Bregman are 2 of the best at their craft. Horner might be the best at his craft. PCA might be the best at his craft. Like Ian Happ, who 4 straight gold gloves, and that OPS is sneaking up on 9 right now. For me, because I'll call myself out a little bit. When I was looking around at the start of this season and I was seeing these young guy DHs, it's like Basayo, it was Bryce Eldridge, it was kind of Ballesteros. And again, these guys can also play some positions, but I just don't like it. I like it when Ballesteros is doing what he's doing now, because that guy's a problem, man. And at Wrigley, the way he strikes the ball, like every pitch can be a home run, that he changes their math a little bit. Right now, it has their 8-9 hitters as PCA and Dansby, dude.
There's no weakness on this Cubs team right now. There isn't. I was watching that first game against Zach Gallen, who, seems like right now he has to be perfect. Like he has to like locate perfectly. And he did. I was watching the 4th inning in particular. It was the Dansby and Alex Bregman swings. And he tried to go inside. He's throwing 93, 94 with that fastball. He gets it in there off the plate, but these guys just like both of them pulled their hands in. like really nice execution of swings, pull their hands in, and were able to get the barrel on it down the line. Both of them hitting to left field, and it's like you got all sorts of ways to score if you're the Cubs. You got PCA flying around. You got some big homers by Seiya Suzuki. You got Bregman, who's just a professional hitter. You can go up and down that lineup. Then you start to think about, okay, they're getting the starting pitching. Like they're figuring it out in the bullpen, and the defense is a big part of that as well. They truly are an all-around team, and their record shows it right now.
Big Ben Brown, when we watched him, you're like, this should work. But it was funny watching a young pitcher that he would run into that one inning and it would ruin his day. And I even remember, I think one starter was the first inning, and you're just like, I don't know what's going to happen next, but this works. And in a Cubs bullpen, then when you look at the names, you don't get as jazzy as you think. He gets a little 2-inning save there that it's like, well, maybe this is how the light bulb starts to go on, because his stuff obviously plays. I think it's funny when you and I start talking the Cubs, we jump to the trade deadline, which is kind of nuts because, again, we just mentioned they don't have a weakness, but it feels like, in a baseball season that has the Dodgers looming until they're not, like if the Cubbies were to do something big or crazy at the deadline, it would be like, you'd expect them to go to the World Series or go toe-to-toe with the Dodgers. And I know there's a lot of baseball to be played, but they're that level of good.
And Palencia just comes back.
Him throwing to Ballesteros. Get the squat rack out.
Right now, first in OBP as a team. Gotta love that. Fourth in whip for starting pitchers, fifth for whip and relief pitchers, and they're one of the best defensive teams in baseball. So, sweet.
D-backs and the whole NL West.
Yeah, D-backs are struggling. Snaps for Ildemaro Vargas. The hitting streak comes to an end, but a lot of fun to watch. There's a note here that Torey Lovello was mad at his team on Friday, walked around the clubhouse, talked to him individually on Sunday. They got to get it going a little bit.
It's they were floating around Ildemaro Vargas Player of the Month. That's the update from Dahl. He loves that. Where are we at in the stand? 16 and 17. Okay, there's baseball to be played. They're going back home, homestand Pittsburgh and the New York Mets. How are the Mets on the West Coast again? That's none of my business, sadly. What is the business? The Chicago White Sox, who, of course, if we're talking NL baseball, how could you not? We've already given them some love throughout the episode, whether it's the Sean Burke first pitch or Murakami's home run barrage. But Noah Schultz, who's legit prospect with a dominant outing. Sam Antonacci, don't get me going. The White Sox are a respectable baseball team. I know that sounds a little dirty to say, but
more coming on them later. So I don't want to get too far into this, or else you're going to be stepping on my toes with the White Sox, who are a very, very fun watch, and I'll go into why a little bit later. Sir Anthony Dominguez bases loaded in the ninth, but gets the out, gets the series win right there. I do want to show, you talked about Bogart's go-ahead single. We got to show the swing because we do cricket stuff in the warehouse, and it's a cricket swing.
Yeah, I feel bad. I debated getting this one prepped for Bobo, and I didn't tell him. But yeah,
he got it.
The Bogart's game-winning hit. I guess before we get there, I know you're talking some Whites. Are you talking Sean Burke because he deserves a little more love?
Go ahead. No, I'm talking more offensively, but yes, he's been a bright spot. 6
scoreless, 88 pitches, 14.1 consecutive scoreless, ERA's 2.72. Like he's becoming a guy in this league, and maybe Noah Schultz can too. Which again, the White Sox pitching was so thin that as long as the M&M boys, Murakami and Montgomery keep homering.
Don't forget about and Miguel. It's the triple M. 3M, yeah.
3M. That's actually
3M.
Better. That's a little Minnesota
Burke,
company.
He added that second fastball, like a lot of guys are doing now. He started throwing a sinker this year, and that's helped a lot. Just keeps guys off the scent. I mean, those are the types of changes that can change your career.
I saw someone else on the sheet just threw a sinker this week because he was bored.
Love that.
Yeah, Dalt's on it. We'll get there. Murakami's 13 homers in his first 32 games, third most in MLB history. Rhys Hoskins with 16. And then Aristides Aquino. So it's a funny sport sometimes. It's a funny sport sometimes.
Show that cricket swing, Baba. You got it.
He's got it.
Look at this.
Here's your game winner.
Block it.
And I didn't want to be rude to my guy Brian Hudson, but that's a pitcher fielding. That's a big body lefty.
Oh gosh.
That's a big body lefty. Hey.
Shout out Matt Thornton.
Matt Thornton. That's what we always do.
Bowling balls.
Phillies, Marlins, Coach Trev, they're going to finish this series tonight, which, it could be a split with the Marlins, which would have everyone going, or it could be 3 out of 4 for the Phillies. So this is why we get into a tight spot with these sometimes. But again, Bryson Stott and Jesus Luzardo are the two names that jump out to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Bryson Stott, kind of big 3-run homer, top of the 7th. That's the kind of the end of that game. Although the Marlins did make a comeback attempt there late. But then you're right. Luzardo had to get going for them, and he does. I think it's the last 2 starts he's actually pitched really well, which is good for them. And then between that, Meyer with a great game, probably his best game as a Marlin. We've always kind of had, he came up and there was a lot of hype around him. He's dealt with some injuries. It's always good to see a guy like that kind of work through it and have a good start. But the Phillies starting to get it going a little bit under Don Mattingly. I know that Schwarber was going through some things. He finally got a walk. That was a lot of fun to watch that. Paddock walked a few guys there at the beginning of that game on the changeup, 3-2 changeup. But yeah, I mean, it's still early for the Phillies. I'm still in on the Phillies. Can't give up on that roster. Yeah,
Schwarber struck out in 8 straight plate appearances. That's a sneaky big game for them today. You win 3 out of 4 after winning that first series. You're officially like hot, and the Phillies are kind of back. So that's a must watch a little bit today. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this later. For the Padres, Whiffen Canning for them. Looked strong last year.
Need that.
Could be impactful for them. Trev, wrapping up the NL, we got Brewers Nats, which, I don't know, the story of that series is kind of basic. Mizorowski and Harrison dominated the first 2 games while the Brewers are able to push enough across. Nats salvaged that final one. And then I feel bad for the Braves. I know I gave them the best Western spot, which we like to highlight them. Against the Rockies, it's a little bit of these Braves are really damn good.
Yeah, I mean, they had the first game they had to come back and do it, which was a great spot for the Braves to come. You want to, if you're coming into Colorado, I know that they've been playing a little bit better this year. You need to take 2 out of 3. So to take that first one's a big one, and then they kind of just dominated after that. It's a big offensive outputs, 9 runs, 11 runs. I mean, how many runs they fucking score? 28?
Oh,
sorry for the F-bomb right there. The Michael Harris pinch hit 2-run homer was awesome. His reaction was great. Matt Olson hit a ball there too. It was just an absolute bomb. Mickey Moniak still going there.
1.0.
Is Mickey Moniak the new Charlie Blackmon?
Wow.
Yes.
1.098 OPS for Mickey Moniak.
And then Chris Sale. That's just not fair.
I know. I debated giving him an award. I think you and I, every year, we give Chris Sale an award or something just because we're kind of blown away. Dude, something about where the salt and pepper has gotten him makes him scarier. The way he's throwing the ball, I'm just like, he looks more like a ghost, I think. And I'm just like, he's the Slender Man.
I've said this a lot about Chris Sale. It's just such a different at bat, and the way he's able to manipulate the slider to make it like 6 different pitches. Whether he drops down a little bit more, he takes some off of it. He's able to like kind of backdoor it. He can, back foot it. Like, it's just, you never know what you're going to get, and it's all coming from an angle that you just never see. Cross body, looks like it's coming from first base, and he's got the stuff to pair along with it, and he's a great pitcher. Like I said, manipulating speeds and shapes of a single pitch is just, it makes it very, very tough as a hitter.
Trev, I know this is more, can you see his cleats? Because they don't look good. I don't know what is that.
It's a little blurry on my screen right now, but he's not a fashion guy.
I know. I think that's part of what helps. It's like, who is this guy?
He probably was wearing Affliction back in the day, if I had to guess.
Weighs 130 pounds, salt and pepper beard, bad cleats, mowing people down.
Shout out Todd from Affliction, R.I.P. actually.
Oh, damn.
You want to hear just a quick story, just real quick?
I do.
Okay, just quick. I know we're running long here.
It's okay. We're always running.
Ryan Braun used to be good buddies with the guy from Affliction. His name was Todd.
Okay.
He actually started another clothing company with him, but we used to go out every once in a while with Todd. And one day we went out to this club called Hyde, very small. It's tiny. Okay.
Interesting.
We go in there. And Todd doesn't care at all. He's this older guy, tattoos everywhere, and he has a bottle of Jack Daniels, and nobody else is drinking it except for him, and he's just swigging out of the bottle while smoking Marlboro Reds inside in California, which is like the biggest no-no. Didn't care at all. I don't know. That's not that cool, but at the time, I thought it was cool.
It's cool for Todd. Like, I know what you're saying. We don't want to advertise that to, everyone, because that's not a lot of people's thing. If I'm doing that, someone just beats me up instantly.
Yeah, I would beat you up, I think.
I don't know Todd from Affliction. May he R.I.P. if that's what happened. Yeah. But it seemed like it was his lane for a night.
One time he met Marsh, and he would not leave. Like, he loved Marsh, which is obvious.
Your big brother is your big brother.
Yeah.
God, could use him in a bar scrap. Oh, okay. Those look a little better than I thought.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Okay, nice find, Rob. Holy smokes.
Got those things tied tight, double knotted up.
Everything's skinny.
Kids think a double knot is better. It's not. Just a good single and one knot is fine.
A double knotted shoelace is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Baseball is here, people. The days are getting longer. The sun is out and baseball season is rolling. It's a game of inches. The result of the game hinges on thousands of little moments, and it can shift quickly. That's why we have teamed up with Fanatics Markets, the trusted home of real-time sports prediction markets. It's simple. Pick a game, choose the outcome, which team will win, which player will hit a home run, and more. It's time to get involved on the action. You buy contracts based on what you think will happen. Yes, if you think it will. No, if you don't. Buy as many as you want, sell if the price moves in your favor, or let them settle whenever the event ends. From opening day to the Fall Classic, no matter who you root for, Fanatics Markets is right there with you. Join the Talkin' Baseball family on Fanatics Markets.
Event contracts carry risk of total loss and changing prices. Not good for all investors. Not available in all states. Must be 21 plus. See important disclosures in Fanatics Markets app. Customers are introduced to Crypto.com by Paragon Global Markets LLC, DBA Fanatics Markets IB, an introducing broker registered with CFTC and a member of the NFA.
Let's keep it moving to the second half of the show. It's time for Standout Performances.
It's time for Standout Performances. Standout Performances.
Standout Performances.
This guy stood out for Trev.
Say what?
I talked a little bit about Chase DeLauder and the swing. It's just so interesting. On Friday, he goes 4 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 runs driven in, but that's just not it. Like, for the series, 8 for 11. He had those 2 doubles, added the home run. It's his first homer since April 3rd, which snapped a 24-game homerless streak. He's got an 8-game hitting streak, past 12 games hitting 419. Guy kind of does it all. Third best walk to strikeout ratio in amongst qualified hitters in the big leagues. Only Xavier Edwards and Yordan have been better. He's also hitting 424 against lefties, which is the best in the big leagues as far as left on left goes. And the swing is just interesting. Chris Rose told me, he goes, well, you're going to see this guy. You're not going to like the swing. And I'm like, what does that mean? How do you hit that ball out?
I couldn't believe this ball got out. Also a little Jakey scouting. Rob, if you run that from the top, it looks like he starts smiling mid-pitch.
I don't know.
I think we get it on the replay a little better. Again, from the top, I couldn't believe this was a home run, which might have him on my Ohtani, Corbin Carroll. Just how do you have that much pop? I think on the zoomed-in replay here, I think he just, well, not the side angle here. But it looks like he knows what's about to happen.
We're in the number 2-4.
Oh, okay.
If I do that to a ball, I'm flying out to right field. But he's got the pop to do it. And I know the park helps, but he actually does have that type of pop. I don't know. Wanted to highlight him. It's him and Manzardo, just interesting swings. They have interesting players on the Guardians, as we know. Pizzana snaps, first hit. Just a different type of hitter, but a good one. A good one.
Well done, Trevor. Part of me wants to give it to William Contreras because another 4-hit day in the Brewers. Brewers not getting a lot of love. Hey, Pat Murphy doesn't want them getting love. They're in 4th place by Pat Murphy standards. True. I'm going to double up on some pitchers because I feel like you and I, we've been tough on the pitchers this year because we always are, because we're natural hitters. And I just wanted to highlight 2 guys from different ends of the spectrum. Justin Robleski, Dodgers fans. We didn't talk about you a lot there. 6 innings shutout. And you're like, oh, that's a nice start. 0 strikeouts. And the innings and the strikeouts for Robleski, which we haven't, I mean, we live in an era where teams don't almost allow you to be a not strikeout guy. Although we fought back on that a little bit. I think we're weak contact's getting a little sexier. And if you could save your pitch count by some early weak contact, I do think the pitching math is coming around on that. He has the best ERA in the National League, a 1.25, 36 innings pitched, 15 strikeouts. We haven't seen a real, who is that? He ended up on the Brewers every year. Who is that lefty that was striking nobody out towards the end of his career? I can find this out.
Ended up on the Brewers later in his career?
I should have had this prepped. I mean, he was striking nobody out. Not Wade Miley, although Wade Miley does qualify. There's a guy like Wade Miley. I'm picturing a goatee.
Who's the guy that pitched on the Astros for a long time, lefty? Dallas Keuchel?
Not Keuchel, although he kind of qualified for this. Not Wandy. Oh, Jake. So mad at myself.
It's a tough look.
Feel like he was a snake too, doll. This is one of your guys. Brett Anderson.
Okay, yeah.
Brett Anderson was striking nobody out.
He played everywhere.
I don't know.
Dodger.
I'm very interested to see the next steps with Robleski because we live in this era that, you know, we can't predict batter contact, even though exit velo kind of does that there's going to be some form of regression because nobody keeps a 1.25 ERA, but I don't know. Young Dodgers lefty slinging it pretty good. I'm very interested to see the next steps.
Yeah, what's wrong with be a soft contact king? There's nothing wrong with that. You do get to go a little longer in the games. I forgot to mention that. Oh. Now that you're talking about pitch count and all that stuff. First of all, Kyle Harrison had a crazy quick, I believe it's that I'm talking about. It's the right guy, right? Yeah. Quick innings. They were talking about that against the Nationals. And how do you do that? It ain't really by striking people out, although you can learn to put away guys if you get ahead of them, put them away right away. But, you know, it's great to have early weak contact. So if you can do that, do it, especially if you have a defense that can keep up with it. So I like that. Also, Red Sox taking people out super early. Is that a new thing that they're doing? I forgot to talk about that. They did it to Brian Bale, although he stunk. So that was okay. But then Ranger Suarez comes out really early as well. He had only thrown like 70 pitches. Really strange thing going on there. Red Sox fans, I know you're just down bad. I mean, do we even talk about how bad they're down?
Where are the Red Sox? Did we just not talk about them?
I think we skipped over them.
We skipped over them.
Who do they play?
Fellas, talk about it.
The Astros.
Is it on the sheet? It got deleted from the sheet.
We didn't have them on the sheet. I was like, we didn't talk. I had all these things to talk about, and I was like, we missed it.
Okay, new segment. Red Sox Astros, because this is one of the biggest topics in baseball right now. I mean, especially Wilson Contreras calling out the young guys at the end.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, crazy. Okay, Red Sox, you almost got through.
You didn't.
You almost got through. Okay, Trev, talk about the whole situation, please.
They got a lot of weird stuff going on. I mentioned it a little bit. Cedric Rafaela throws one into second base, makes a nice play off the wall, but Trevor Story's like not really around the bag to make a tag. Probably wasn't going to get the guy anyway, but he kind of gives Trevor Story like the what the hell is going on? What are you doing type of thing. So Trevor Story had to address that and said, yeah, we'll talk about it internally, whatever it is. A lot of internal talks lately with the Red Sox. Here's the play. Altuve off the wall. And, Sedan, he makes plays like this all the time. You'll see Story here. Probably not going to be out. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think so, but.
Maybe ball's moving pretty fast there. Rafaela not happy with Story. But, again, that's just one thing in a long line of things that have been going on with the Red Sox. Then, yes, Wilson Contreras says it doesn't help having all these young guys who don't know how to get through slumps. They haven't had enough at bats to do it, essentially, is what he said. And Marcelo Meyer took exception to that. He said that's kind of a cop out to point to the young guys. It's kind of a team thing here. So, like, this is stuff that isn't talked about like on winning teams. It just isn't. You don't do this stuff in the media if you're a winning team, and they're clearly not a winning team right now. The entire organization is a mess, and it just keeps like getting worse and worse.
It's spiraling. And yeah, you could point I think the problem for the Red Sox is you can point to a lot of stuff. Crochet and Sonny Gray on the IL. That's not good. Let's see what happens with Rangers Hammy. I don't like the Red Sox 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position in the final game. And it just feels like they're getting their heart stomped on too. Like they're looking for that baseball moment. Even in the final game, they have the bases loaded in that final inning, ground into double play. And they keep searching for rock bottom, and it feels like they keep finding it.
I mean, two of the worst teams in baseball going at it are the Houston Astros and the Boston Red Sox.
And it felt a little sloppy, except that Houston Astros defense in the second game, that was electric. The pitching needs that, and Arrighetti's pitched well for them. That he started the year in AAA, and he was all pissed off about that and couldn't believe it. That, we mentioned them early on in the episode because we were like, hey, if you're the Astros, if you technically look at the AL West standings, you're okay. But the product for both of these teams has to change.
Yeah, I mean, look, we know that Houston's offense has been great. It's kept them in with whatever wins they have. It's been that. Sneaky Carlos Correa stat page.
Oh.
If you had to guess.
I would say, knowing that, I would say 820 OPS.
You're nailing it. 380 on base, 430 slug for the 812. Already racked up 1-4 B-WAR. Carlos Correa, people.
Playing shortstop. Peña's out.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Houston and Red Sox fans who maybe didn't want to hear about your team. Sorry about that. We got Google Doc'd. The link to the series got hidden under our AL recap. So glad we found you. That was a funny realization by all of us. Like, wait, we didn't. This is kind of becoming a big deal.
Apologies to Chad Tracy.
Thank you.
Yeah. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Didn't see that at the end of the game with the hamstring thing. Okay.
Brian Abreu. Nice outing. Okay. So that's my standout performer, the Houston Astros. I was going to pair Robleski with Hancock because that start we gave love at the top. 0 walks. And Trev gets defensive for me. The first time I talked about Hancock, I was just like, he looks gross. Like he throws from a weird angle. His slider kind of looks like a weird Frisbee pitch. And I don't know if it was Mariners fans, but they weren't excited.
They're like, why are you excited about our 6th starter?
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. I like the way it looked. I guarantee it.
Because if that's your 6th starter, you're going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Bob, if you can, get the last call. I think it's his last strikeouts when they say he threw a pair of handcuffs. It's just good.
Oh, the actual broadcast.
Emerson Hancock. 2-2. Oh, he just threw him a pair of handcuffs. Emerson Hancock, strikeout number 14.
And yeah, they're
Hancock's handcuffs. There's a lot of
you love handcuffs.
Anyone that knows my brain knows there's too much to work with there. Trev, there's a lot of guys we could have highlighted. Mark Viento's been mentioned a lot. Jason Dominguez
Yeah, nice homer.
back for those Yankees. Drake Baldwin every episode. I'm hoping some of these cats are in Fuego.
Dirt nasties on Fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
We mentioned our guy Kazuma Okamoto, 5 for 16 in the series, 4 homers. Over the last 17 days, he's got 18 runs driven in. That leads all of baseball. Cody Bellinger doing it. Doesn't care which arm you throw with. He's like changed his entire career.
I think
Like, I know he was good early on with the Dodgers. Then he had the shoulder thing, and it wasn't good. Then he came to the Yankees and has been unbelievable.
Dude, I said this before, but Cole Tucker came and live streamed with us for the playoffs. I would want to say 2022. And I was kind of like, man, Cody, kind of weird, dude, because he grew up with Cody. I was like, he's never had like the bad injury. And he's like, bro, his shoulder, it came out like during the World. We saw it multiple times, and that's a weird baseball one. He's awesome. It's a treat to watch him every day.
Cool. This is my segment. So, 7 for 12, 4 doubles, 2 homers, 5 runs driven in. He's slugging 1,000 on breaking pitches this season. Michael Busch goes 5 for 10. Need it. 3 doubles, a triple, and 6 runs driven in. Brian Reynolds continues to go 4 for 10. He's got an OBP of 477 at home this season. He likes the Allegheny River. Did I just nail that?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Byron Buxton. Give it to me. Give me the buck truck. You can do it. It's your segment now. 10 for 29, a double, 5 homers. Over the last 3 weeks, his 10 homers are the most in all of Major League Baseball. And he had some fun ones. He's got some funny swings every once in a while. He's got like the pure, beautiful swings. And then he's just got some where like his athleticism just takes over. And he just like finds the barrel somehow. Love to see it. Pete Alonso, 6 for 19, 3 homers in that during the week. William Contreras, 11 for 25. He had 9 runs driven in. He's got a hard hit rate of 70% against left-handed pitchers. That's second best in all of baseball. How about Bryce Matthews?
Yeah.
Everyone's hitting in Houston. 9 for 24 on the week, 2 homers, 7 runs driven in. And as I mentioned, my guy, Jeff McNeil, 8 for 18. He's like a perfect fit for the A's. And I said it in the offseason, and it's come true. 6 runs driven in. He's batting .314 on the season. That's 8th best in the AL. His 801 OPS is currently his best since 2022. And that's the same year he won the National League batting title. That's using Fuego, Jake. Now bring us down, Poppy.
Sorry for interrupting you, Mr. Plouffe. Let's do batters who are struggling.
Hey, man, you've been struggling lately. It's time to pick it up!
The goal is to get these guys out of here. In this past week, Kobe Mayo, 1 for 16. Looking for it defensively and offensively. That's what I will say. Carter Jensen in a 1 for 18. Struggling with the breaking pitches. Scouting reports are starting to come out on some of these guys this year. Speaking of, Zach Neto in a 2 for 24. The most strikeouts in the AL on sliders.
Ooh.
So that's a lot
Tough
of
pitch.
A lot of pitchers throw that. Cedon Rafaela, 3 for 19. No bueno. In the past 2 weeks, Luke Riley with a 1 for 22. Missed on 47% of his swings. That's the highest in MLB. Owen Casey back down earth with a 4 for 31. Jake Cronenworth, the crowd's on. 4 for 28. Struggling against starters. That's bad. Matt Chapman. Okay, he's a streaky guy. Know what San Francisco needs? Him as well. And over the past 2 weeks, he's 5 for 41. Catch the damn ball. Leo Rivas for the Seattle Mariners. He's in a 5 for 33. Sorry, Leo. I don't know. Again, the goal is to get those batters who are struggling onto in Fuego. And the list that nobody wants, that seems to get bigger every week. The IL. Matt Brash, that Mariners bullpen, right lat. Ryan Helsley for Baltimore, right elbow inflammation. Couple weeks, we'll see. Brandon Woodruff, right shoulder inflammation. should be minimal. That's a good update over there. We'll see. Guy with a significant injury history. Cole Sands, Will Vest, a couple bullpen guys. Will Wilson, great. Ronald Acuna Jr., left hammy. Saw him pulling up on the way to first. Grade 1 supposedly, but now his injury history has gotten there. Let's see. Yusei Kikuchi, left shoulder information. We're waiting for information on the inflammation. Herman Marquez, right forearm nerve irritation. And Ronnie Mauricio, as I just mentioned, the excitement for him, left thumb fracture, 6 to 8 weeks. Returning from the IL as we start to pick up this week in this episode, Jeremiah Estrada for San Diego. Gabriel Moreno went big fly for Arizona. Garrett Clevenger in that Rays pen. Dietrich Enns for Baltimore. JT Realmuto for Philly. Triolo for Pittsburgh. I mentioned Whiffen Canning for the Padres. You mentioned Daniel Palencia for the Cubbies and Spencer Strider for those Atlanta Braves. Let's start everyone's week the right way.
Awards!
Words are brought to you by SeatGeek. Go get him, Coach.
I am giving the Duality of Man award. And there's a couple teams who, this is what we said about them. Don't know what's going to happen during the year. They're going to have some fun players. They're going to be able to play loose because the expectations are not there. We'll see what happens. But by and large, we're just going to see these teams kind of having we'll kind of figure it out year to see where 2027 or 2028 are going to go. Those two teams I want to highlight are the Chicago White Sox and the St. Louis Cardinals. A couple of like different reasons. The Cardinals were going like all youth. They got rid of a lot of their veteran players. The White Sox have been in a rebuild for like 50 years, it seems like. Just a long time. But we started the year. Rumblings of Colson Montgomery. Got a little bit of him last year. They go out and sign Murakami. They make the trade. Get Miguel Vargas over. Like, okay, like there's fun players to watch on this team. We like it. With the Cardinals, they had some pieces there already, but we're seeing some of the young guys start to do it. Mason Wynn, JJ Weatherholt. We saw Jordan Walker have spurts, but he's been doing it at a different level this year. What I wanted to highlight is when you have teams like this where, yeah, you don't have tried and true hitters, there's still the game of baseball to be played. And I would say right now, both fan bases are definitely like pleased and happy with how things are going. If you're a Cardinals fan, no doubt about it. 6 games over 500 right now. Defense is looking good. And I'm going to get into the offense in a second. White Sox 16 and 18. You're 2 games under 5 at this point. Like you're ecstatic. If you told a White Sox fan that before the season started, they'd be like, yes, we'll sign up for that. No problem. I call it the Duality of Man award because, as we've seen in baseball right now, bunts are up a little bit.
Yeah,
kind of all around the league. The teams that are finding themselves with a younger, more athletic offense are saying, we can do this, and it's going to cause chaos, and we're going to win games because of it. Right now, both of these teams are doing it in a couple different ways. The White Sox have 11 bunt hits on the year. That's the second most in Major League Baseball. 0.27 sack hits per game. That's third in baseball. For the Cardinals, 4 bunt hits. That's 8th most in baseball. 0.21 sack hits per game. That's 7th in baseball. Here's the thing. They're also homering a ton as well. 9th in homers for the White Sox. 4th in homers for the Cardinals. So you got your big guys in the middle of the order that can do it. Here's Benintendi. Not a great bunt, but he sees Machado over there, almost bunts it all the way to third base. Just sets up a rally. Here's the homer by Murakami. Later in that inning that Benintendi bunts it in, they get a Tristan Peters first and third bunt down. Here it is.
Beauty, too.
I think he does another one first and third, if I'm not mistaken, later in the game. I could be wrong about that. But they're doing it in both ways, the White Sox. They're hitting homers. They're moving runners or trying to score runners with that base hit bunt. So they're just trying different things offensively. Will Venable bunted a lot in his career. He's running the ship over there. So that makes sense. There's the Peters. Knew we had another one. Laying it down, getting the run in, extending the lead right there. I love watching it. Cardinals doing the same thing, bunting, hitting homers. And I just think more teams should adopt this philosophy. If you don't have 1 through 9 of mashers, which nobody does, by the way, and for a while we were trying to get that in our, hey, let's have 9 guys just trying to slug all the way through. It's a great thought. If you could do it, go ahead, because that would be the best offensive approach. 9 superstar sluggers, it just isn't going to happen. So you can say, hey, play your game. You're fast. You put the ball in play. Let's get a few extra knocks to the base hit, or let's move runners, get them up for the big boys. I'm just seeing it, and I'm liking it, Coach. So I wanted to highlight it. The duality of man award goes to the White Sox and the Cardinals, both better than advertised, fun watches, and they're just doing it in different ways.
I like it. I know bunts has been an oddly popular topic on this show, going back to the start. I think they are becoming more in vogue again as we're finding our way out of 3 outcome baseball, because that's part of what killed the bunt, right? Like that's not a good thing to do. I think we're seeing there's always been a place for it. I think we're seeing teams. If you're one of the teams still not playing defense, you're out. And you mentioned that on the way through, that, man, a couple of these ball clubs that I've watched, it feels like 2021, or that teams went that route because they were like, hey, as long as we hit homers and we strike guys out. We mentioned this earlier with pitching. Like, remember when the joke used to be pitchers would get 0-2 counts and just bang 3 sliders down? Well, they figured out that they were riding up their pitch count, trying to get that one chase. That you don't really see that anymore. That used to be a running joke on kind of this show, and if you were watching baseball, there's more balls in play. If your defense isn't there, it's going to get taken advantage of. And the other thing with those bunt innings that, again, there's probably some nerd out there that has a genius formula. It can lead to the big inning. Like, it really can, whether it's 2 runners on or 1 runner on. And if you don't make that play and now it's 2 on and nobody out, I'll tell you what the math says about that. That I think it was a play we didn't talk about. I believe it was Isaac Paredes made a great play on a Monasterio bunt in that Houston and Red Sox series. That if that play doesn't get made, we're talking about something different, man. That, yes, homers, always good. Always good. But yeah, man, if you can put that bunt down and put the pressure on the defense, or if a defense gives you something, I think that was one of the most jarring things out of the shifting and 3 true outcome era. Teams were giving the bunt, and we yelled like we were crazy, and the nerds told us, no, you don't get it. What? You're going to give us a base runner? You're out of your mind. So yeah, that Benny bunt was hideous. Got on base. Isn't that the goal? Isn't that what you highlighted with the Cubbies? Like, yes, dude.
In 2023, 153 plate appearances per bunt attempt. 2024, 125.7 plate appearances per bunt attempt. 2025, 122.9 plate appearances per bunt attempt. This year, we're on pace, 109 plate appearances per bunt attempt. We are trending in the right way. But me and A-Rod love the bunts.
Ah, interesting. So the nerds didn't have it all figured out. Let me know how that works out.
No, they're going to take credit for this, Jake. They're going to take credit for this.
No, they won't. Not for me.
They will.
Not for me.
Not on our watch.
It's working well in Boston right now. I'm going to end us on a different. This show, you just saw us screaming and passionate about bunts. We talked about my hair for a little bit. I'm going to do the Sterling Silver is Gold. John Sterling passed away today. Longtime Yankees broadcaster. It is part of what inspired me to wear a Yankees shirt today, which there's something pathetic and beautiful about that. If you don't know, which you might not, or maybe you definitely do, he represent everything fun about baseball. Very silly. Him and Susan Waldman in the Yankees booth for the radio call was just as good as it gets. And I was thinking about it because he, by the time the internet's rolling, he's an old guy. He passed away at 87. And where you probably knew him was he had the Yankees' famous home run calls, Burn Baby Burn, an A-bomb from A-Rod. that it became a thing, that he then had to start doing it for every player. He was just so good. I have a weird fake speech about him that, like, I feel like baseball radio was the original podcasting. Like, there was a lot of time to kill. Before that pitch clock, there's a lot of games. You talked about a lot of stuff, and it was all over the board. And he was so good at it, and he was so fun, and he was so silly, and he was so serious at moments because he loved and appreciated the game. That Bobo's got a couple of his highlights that we'll roll for the people, and then I have a couple other facts about him. So I don't know which one you got, Bobo.
The sun will come out, Tanaka. Bet your bottom dollar with Tanaka. The sun will shine.
That was after
Rizzo is going to be picked off. He's in the middle between second and third. Hedges now throws to second. On the way to third, back to second, back to third, tagged out, end of inning. Boy, if that wasn't the Yankees, that's what they do. Run the bases like drunks.
There's not a lot of broadcasters that would say a line like that anymore because I think they're nervous of what the player feedback or reaction could be. John, at that point, in his 80s, could care less, and he operated his life that way no matter what. Couple other things that I wanted to know. So when his home runs calls have been a thing for a while now, but especially with the internet era, that everyone would be so excited on Twitter to find out what the next home run call would be. The Yankees get Harrison Bader, and he goes, "Oh, they're just wild about Harry," and everyone's like, "Oh, okay. Like what is that? Is that just him?" It's a reference from a 1920s play. Just wild about Harry, which again, not a lot of people have that in their bag. But Sterling, that's what he had and that's what he ran with. And the other thing, we used to, not internet fights, but back when Twitter was kind of fun because he was a little bit lost on the younger generation. And the point is he should be like the dude was born, I want to say 38. That's yeah, dude. Happy 21st birthday. It's 1959. Like the guy's from a different generation, but he was so sharp on the calls. He was so silly, so witty. And Trev, maybe one of the most impressive numbers in the sport that nobody would ever care about or call one of the most impressive numbers in the sport. Trev, he called 5,060 consecutive games.
Sheesh.
From 1989 to 2019, homeboy didn't miss a game. How are you calling out with sniffles? Or maybe you got the Irish flu for a night. Not Sterling, man. He was there for every one of them. He was his own person, and he was the perfect blend of fun and baseball that he deserves to be highlighted.
You did a great job right there.
Thank you.
So fun to listen to him, and there's few guys that I feel like you're gonna really remember from broadcasts or radios, and he's one of them. Like he's up there on par with a Vin Scully. Like that's how legendary this guy is. I love the streak of games. I didn't know that one.
Crazy.
That's insane. That's a long time and just posting. But Sterling, yeah, just all-time one-liners. Unique voice, stuck to it, and I think that's what makes a good broadcaster. Just like whatever you are, just lean into it. I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a sad day. It's kind of sick, and it's the midweek episode, so we're doing life advice. He was so beloved and ran his game of life the right way that there is a lot of joy today of just like, I know they sometimes call them celebrations of life. There's a lot of that going around. It's obviously sad, but man, people are truly celebrating him. So, and a final funny note, Brian Hoke, who covers the Yankees for MLB.com, and he's been a friend with us throughout. He tweeted out a quick John Sterling story for now. I called him recently to check on his health. he interrupted me and he said, "Why are the Yankees carrying 2 left-handed hitting catchers?" So like the guy was dialed. Look at Warehouse Rob Moretti, 3 if you count Rice in the comments. God damn it, he's good. God damn it, he's good. Just the absolute best. One of the people that makes baseball. So
good.
So with that, thanks. SeatGeek brought us awards. Go to a game, people. Baseball's here. The summer weather's here. Use code Talkin 2026, 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. We will be back on Wednesday. Is it? It's all JM.
It's all JM.
And it's always the ugliest one because some of the people that show up on that first JM All Team, it doesn't get better. So make sure we see you guys there for that. Thank you, everyone. Go baseball, right?
Go baseball. Baseball's in a good spot.
Oh, I'm just wild about Harry.
Jake sucks.
What's he gonna do for Harrison?
Red Sox fans thought we forgot.
Almost got away. Got away.
Talking about organizational dysfunction.
I'm out.
Craig Breslow, pitcher.
I don't think he's my kind of guy.